fire, the anger of prayer. I did not have anger in praying, but now I have anger in praying. I have fire. I have passion in praying. That is where I received it. And the first time in my old church, the pastor would not repeat what, we would not repeat what the pastor would be praying about. But in this deliverance church, the pastor will pray and then you repeat it. Because sometimes it's not everyone that know how to pray. It's not everyone that knows what to say. At that moment in time, I did not know how to say it and what to say to fight these enemies. But that church taught me in how to pray and how to receive and how to pray properly and how to ask it properly and how to fire it properly. So that is what I received in that amazing church. So basically, I started going to the church. The first day I went to that church, I prayed. I learned how to pray. I repeated after. I was taught so many things. That night that I came home from that church, I had a dream and the enemy came fighting me in my dream. Not even in a dream, I had a vision. As I was laying in bed, they came and fighting me, but they couldn't. So they went back and I saw them go back, vanished into the wall, go into the wall and go. So I prayed all night. But one thing that I realized as well is that the enemy will, the first beginning of when you start to pray that way, when you start to pray and in a very serious way to let them leave you alone and fire them, you will start to feel very scared. Because they scare you. You probably think, oh my God, is this somebody under my bed? Is this somebody coming? When you hear a little noise, you're flinching, you're scared, because that is what they wanted you to. They want you to feel scared, so you would not pray like that anymore. But God help me. I was scared too. I would look, I'm like, gosh, oh, they'll come through the window, oh, this. But I realized that this is something that the enemy will put in you, fear. So you would stop praying against them. So you will stop. They feel like, oh, if we scare you, then you would not pray against them anymore. But then I passed that section. I was not afraid. I continued to pray. Every single day I was in that church, I was praying. I said, Father, whatever it is, at that time as well, because of my accident, I stopped driving. So I would walk to the station, take 2 trains to the church. When I get to the station, take 2 trains. When I get to that station, I'll take a cab as well. I wanted to search for him. I wanted to find him. I wanted whatever was following me to leave me alone. So I was focused, lifted you up. So now every single prayer that I'll pray, it will be above them. They have no authority anymore. When they had authority and causing accidents in my life, they had authority and causing depression and causing the fact that they were causing sickness in my life, causing sickness in my children. God lifted me up above them and now they were under my feet. And that is where they belong today. They belong even way beyond my feet right now, I have to say. So yeah, so basically I started still to pray. I continued to go to the church and I continued to focus on what I needed to do to God. So I basically had a moment in time when God was saying to me, he says, he would direct me into how, when the enemy will plan anything, I'm not there when they plan it, but he would put the thought in me in how to diminish it and in how to destroy whatever they're about to do. So he put the thought in me. He would say, they will do this and do that. First of all, they will bring you things. Do not receive it. Because anytime you receive it, that is the point of contact they bring into your home to do whatever they want to do. So they will bring me food, they will bring me shopping, they will bring me this, they will bring me that. And I think, oh, thank you. That is how the enemy is. The closest people to you. They will bring you things. Sometimes it's maybe the most expensive things. Maybe, just a kind gesture. That is how they are. They are very slow but sneaky. Kind gestures. Oh, I'm bringing you this. I'm bringing you food because I thought you were hungry. But most of the time, they have come to place their points of contact. They have come to put it there as something that you also collected it, and being so appreciative of it, you collected it and said thank you. But you never knew you collected your calamities. You never knew you collected your distractions. You never knew you collected anti-marriage. You never knew you collected sickness. You never knew what you said thank you to. You never knew, but you collected it. That is how sneaky they are. One thing that God also showed me when he was telling me all these things, he says to me, I told you, my daughter, the person that placed their hand into the same bowl as me, they were the ones that will betray me. He says, the person that came and kissed me on the cheek and pointed me out to my enemies, that kind of person, as somebody that will give you a kiss, is a person that says that they love you unconditionally. Is the person that says that, oh, you mean a lot to me. Is the person that's too close. Anybody that will come and kiss you or even hug you so tight is somebody that's too close to you. This person was too close to God, but he did what he did, betrayed him and pointed him out to his enemies for him to go and get killed. My God said, if they can do it to me, your God, they can do it to anyone. If they can do it to him and he's God. He said, I came to heal. I came and I multiplied. I fed. I rose the dead. I rose the dead and put them alive. I made the blind see. I made the cripple walk. But even me, in all my goodness, they were able to betray me, pointed me out and killed me. How much more you, a mere human? Our enemies are people that are close. Sometimes when things happen to us, we're thinking somebody way far away that would not even see us, that do not do anything to us, that we do not even hear from. But sometimes we forget that the person that will pick up a phone to say, hello, what are you doing? Where are you going? That same person knew where you're going to be, where you're going, what time you're going to be there, what you are going to do. When you get there and something happens to you, you never think about that person because you thought that person is my best friend. That person has no harm. But you straight away think about somebody far away in some African village, some auntie way far away from you. But sometimes those that are closer are those that can get you. Those that are closer can cut a cloth or can cut a hair, can cut your cloth and take it, can take a picture of you and take it to someone to diminish your future because they see that you have greatness. The envious people in your life, the jealous people in your life, they have that for a reason, you know. So I'm just saying that whatever that our enemies do to us, listen, God is being done to God. So when I was surprised and I was crying that, oh my God, people close to me, they're too close to me. My God said, do not be worried. Do not cry about this. If they did it to me, my daughter, they will do it to you. And that is exactly some of the things that I went through. But in all of this, he was still fighting the battle for me. And I realized, one thing that I realized as well is that he was clearing every single person around me that was evil. He was clearing them off. He gave me a scenario. He gave me a story in the Bible about Abraham in Genesis. And he says to me, before I can bless Abraham, I had to separate him from his family. I have to separate him from his people that worshipped idols. He said, so long as they belong underneath that roof, his wife could not have children. His stomach was seized. He was barren. God said, because of these other gods that they worshipped underneath that roof, I was not able to bless her. I was not able to give her the children that I wanted to give her. I was not able to give Abraham the kind of blessing, the kind of future that I wanted to give him. He told Abraham, I have to separate you from your family. And I'll show you a faraway land that is filled with milk and honey. But by Abraham's obedience, God said obedience first. By Abraham's obedience, he said, as Abraham has gotten to the land filled with milk and honey, Abraham knew that is my father, that is my mother, that is my siblings, that is my friends. But for God to say, leave and leave them, and go elsewhere. And when you get there, I will bless you. He knew that his happiness was not underneath that roof. He knew that whatever they were worshiping, even though he was not worshiping that kind of thing, whatever they were worshiping, it was affecting his progress. It was affecting his future. It was affecting his life. Sometimes we mingle with certain people and we do not realize that they are the reason why we are at the same point in our life. Listen, they are the reason why. If you look around, all of you, you see that you all live the same life. Nobody's going up, nobody's going down. So whatever curse is upon their life, whatever enemy they are under, whatever they are worshiping, whatever, it also affects you. So you stay at the same level as them. You remain at that same level. Your level never changes, because that is the sort of friends you've decided to move with. That is the sort of shelter, that is the sort of roof you've decided to stay at. And one thing that you have to realize is that the devil never gives you anything new. The devil always will let you have the old things. He will let you hold on to the old struggles. Will let you hold on to the old pain. He will let you hold on to the old things that were not proper in your life. That is what the enemy does. Will let you hold on to things that were actually evil, depression. He will let you hold on to it. He will let you hold on to enemies that you were not supposed to, they were not even supposed to be in your mind. The devil will let you hold on to old things, old hurt, old things. But my God in heaven always will bring new people to you, will refresh your beginning, will refresh. He said, I will give you life and give it to you more abundantly. He said, be born again. There is a reason why God said, be born again. You know, it's not because he basically wants you to leave the old things. He says, well, in the Bible, he says the old things are passed away. And then the new things, the new things will come. The old thing passed away. The devil's old thing will pass away. The reason why he wanted you to be born again is because he wanted you to leave the old things, be freshly born, so that the old things, the old struggles, the old pain, the old depression, the old things that you have been going through, the old thing that you've been through will be taken, will be destroyed, will be buried, will be gone. So he needs you to be born again. So your heart and your soul, he has cleared all the hurt that the old things brought. He has cleared all the pain, all the destruction that has been left. One thing that he gave me as well that made me God has just done too much for me physically. He gave me a helping hand physically. There was no pastor telling me anything. There was no one but him. He directed me. He gave me, he told me things to do. I started to hear him clearly. I was so pure to him. I became so pure that I started to hear him too clearly. And he directed me himself. Nobody did. Nobody. One thing that he gave me in my life, when I asked him one day, every single time on the 4th of April,